Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Gooners and Gloves Podcast channel. In today's video, it's going to be the 24th Gooners and Gloves Podcast, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and reactions to the Serrano-Taylor rematch that took place last night. Again, an absolutely brilliant fight. These two women have absolutely delivered again. Of course, the first fight was excellent, and I have covered it before, but the second fight was amazing as well. Really entertaining throughout. Again, a complete slugfest, very entertaining, a barnstormer, just a great fight. Of course, I feel like in boxing nowadays it's actually quite rare that the rematch is, compares to the original fight, but this was definitely a great example of that. This definitely lived up to the first fight and was a very entertaining fight. So I'm just going to go over how I felt the fight went, who I thought won, what my scorecards were, etc. So pretty much, let's just get into it. So the final result for the fight was Katie Taylor winning by unanimous decision. All three judges scored it 95-94, and as you guys can see with my scorecard, I actually disagree with the judges on this one. I actually felt that Serrano won it by the same score, 95-94. So I'm just going to go over the scorecard, but yeah, me personally, I felt that Amanda Serrano did enough in this fight to win it. I actually also felt that she won the first fight, so for me, this is actually two fights in a row now where I felt that Serrano won, but she wasn't given the victory. Looking online, it seems like most people seem to agree that Serrano won, but without a doubt, it was a very close fight. It was very entertaining, and massive respect to both women. It's just very important that, we give respect to both women. They left it all on the line last night and put on an incredible fight, an excellent fight. So yeah, pretty much let's get into it. So rounds 1 to 3, I scored for Amanda Serrano. I felt that Amanda Serrano had a really good start, and this is actually something that I predicted in my prediction video for the fight. I did say that, Serrano is likely going to be the aggressor early. She's going to really look to land the combinations, the power, and essentially walk Katie Taylor down, and that's exactly what happened for these first 3 rounds. She just came out really aggressively, walked Katie down. Katie tried her best to counter, but, you could definitely, she definitely felt the pressure in those first 3 rounds, and especially at the end of the first round where Serrano landed a great straight left, really good left hook that's really hurt Taylor, and for me, that edged Serrano the first round. The first round I thought was actually quite close until then, but as I said, Amanda Serrano landed a picture perfect left hook, really good left hand, and that really, it shook Katie Taylor. She was rocked. She definitely stumbled back. And the thing is, when it's 2-minute rounds, because obviously in women's boxing it's 2-minute rounds. In 2-minute rounds, every punch matters. Okay, it's not like a 3-minute round. Every single punch matters in a 2-minute round. So while the round was quite close and really could have gone either way, because of that hard left hand that Serrano landed, which hurt Taylor, for me that won her the first round. So yeah, and that pattern kind of continued across the next 2. So yeah, the first 3 rounds were quite similar. Amanda Serrano walking Katie down, landing great combinations, getting the power across, and just really, really putting on pressure, essentially. That was kind of the theme of the first 3. During these 3 rounds, Taylor was definitely landing some punches and was landing some decent counter punches, but just not enough to get her the round. I mean, Serrano wasn't really hurt by any of them, and Serrano just kept walking forward, kept pressing her down, and I think just due to her activity and also her land percentage, that was able to win Serrano the first 3 rounds. So yeah, mainly just through activity. Taylor just wasn't being active enough, was backing up too much. Obviously in boxing, there's nothing wrong with backing up, being on your bicycle a bit. It's all strategic, but of course, if you are doing that, then you have to throw a good amount of punches as well. Otherwise, the judges are going to give it to the other fighter just on sheer activity, and that's essentially what I did and also what the judges did in this case. Serrano won the first 3 rounds. Great punches, really powerful, good activity levels, and yeah, that was enough to get her an early lead. So then, for me, Katie Taylor came back in round 4, won the 4th round 10-9. It was quite a close round, but I definitely felt that in this one, Taylor did enough. And this was another one where Serrano was being aggressive, however, wasn't really landing that much. So this was a round where, while yes, Taylor was still backing up and was throwing the counters, in this one, she was actually landing the counter punches, landing good combinations, the occasional flurries. So for me, that actually won Taylor the 4th round, 10-9. So yeah, first 3 rounds, Amanda Serrano won 10-9 on my scorecard. Then round 4 I gave to Katie Taylor, as she was able to find her way back in. She landed good punches, and while yes, the story was the same as the first 3 rounds, backing up on the bicycle, etc. In this round, she was able to get the punches going. She was able to land some good flurries, land good counters, and also she was making Serrano miss a decent amount as well, blocking a good amount of punches. So also on ring generalship, I felt that for round 4, Katie Taylor won it. However, the next round I gave to Amanda Serrano again, 10-9. This one was actually quite a close one, so this one really could have gone either way. However, I felt that Serrano just about edged this one. So yeah, similar to the first 3 rounds, quite close round. However, round 5 for me, Serrano edged. Then the next 2, 6 and 7, Taylor won 10-9, and of course this was the point in the fight where Amanda Serrano was cut, and it was from a headbutt. Now of course this is a southpaw versus orthodox, so this happens all the time in southpaw orthodox fights. the two main things you have to watch out for are clash of heads and tripping on each other's front feet. And of course, in this case, it was a clash of heads. So that's what led to Amanda Serrano being cut. And this was actually quite a big turning point for Katie Taylor in the fight, as she began to see her opportunities and land good punches. So the next two, 6 and 7, I gave to Katie Taylor. I think that she was good. She was more active. Serrano was slightly more tired, so she was tapering off a bit. She was also being a bit more cautious because, of course, she had a big cut that she needed to protect. So for that reason, the next two I gave to Katie Taylor 10-9. She was landing good punches here. She did actually land one particularly huge hook, which opened that cut up significantly. So before that hook, the cut was only small, but after a massive hook by Taylor, there was the cut opened significantly, and of course the referee had to stop it and put the cut medicine and etc. But yeah, so the cut was definitely a turning point, which of course I understand why people are upset about, because obviously the cut came from a headbutt, and ultimately headbutts are illegal. But this is the reality of orthodox versus southpaw boxing. There are clash of heads. It happens quite a lot, and it's hard to prevent. So for that reason, the cut was open. So yeah, round 6 to 7 I gave to Katie Taylor 10-9, so a good way to fight back in. However, round 8, and for me this was essentially the decisive round on my scorecard, as I had it Serrano 10-8 due to a point deduction. Now of course, as we know, in this round, Katie Taylor's headbutting eventually cost her a point. The referee decided to take a point off, and in my opinion, Serrano was already winning the round anyway, so she would have won the round 10-9 in my opinion. However, of course, with the point deduction, that made it 10-8. Of course, some other people scored this a 9-9, as others felt that Taylor had actually won the round and therefore 9-9, but I felt Serrano did enough in the round anyway. However, this point deduction was massively costly on my scorecard for Taylor, because that, of course, as you can see, Serrano on my scorecard won by a point. So as you can see, without that point deduction, it could very well have been a draw, or it could have even gone in Katie's favor. However, the point deduction was quite costly. So for that reason, round 8 I gave to Serrano 10-8, and then finally rounds 9 to 10 I gave to Taylor 10-9. As you can see, so that concluded it with a scorecard of Serrano 95-94 on my scorecard. So of course the referees gave it 95-94 by unanimous decision to Taylor. I had it 95-94 to Serrano. But of course, as I said, it was a fantastic fight, really, really entertaining, a barnstormer, and will definitely go down again. Just like in 2022, will go down as one of the fights of the year. Just two absolute warriors in there, really entertaining stuff, and just great for women's boxing to see such fantastic fights. And I always love to see such amazing fights for women's boxing, and hopefully it can continue on. And they did both talk about the potential trilogy in the post-fight interviews, and I'd certainly love to see it. Will it happen? We'll have to see. Taylor certainly seems up for it, but as you can imagine, Serrano, she tried. She was very professional, and I respect it a lot, but you can imagine she was quite dejected in the post-fight interview. I mean, as I said, in my opinion, she also won the first fight, so I actually scored both the first fight and the second in her favor, 95-94. So I can understand why she was so dejected, but she was very professional, and just huge respect to both women. As I said, it's fantastic to see such great fights for women's boxing, and hopefully that can continue on. And of course, if we do get a trilogy for this fight, I'd absolutely love to see it. I mean, obviously this was super entertaining, so yeah, but honestly, would love to see a trilogy for the fight. Will it happen? That remains to be seen, but I certainly would love to see a trilogy for it. Just two fantastic women's boxers, huge, just great fighters, and I really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, so that's my scorecard of the fight. Please comment down below how you guys scored it. Of course, as I said, Taylor's win definitely raised some controversy, so I'm very interested to see what you guys scored it. But that's my scorecard. Rounds 1 to 3, Serrano 10-9. Round 4, Taylor 10-9. Round 5, Serrano 10-9. Round 6 and 7, Taylor 10-9. Round 8, Serrano 10-8 through a point deduction. And then rounds 9 to 10, Taylor 10-9, which ultimately concluded with Serrano winning 95-94. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for my thoughts on this fight. But to conclude, a very entertaining fight. Enjoyed it a lot. It was great to watch, and massive respect to both women for giving us such a great fight. As I said, it's rare in boxing that the rematch lives up to the first fight, but in this case, it absolutely did. I really enjoyed the rematch, and yeah, it was just great to see. So yeah, please let me know down below what you guys thought of the fight. I'm very interested to see how you guys scored it. Of course, it was such a close fight and such a difficult one to score once again. Literally, this is the exact same scoreline that I came to in the first fight, Serrano 95-94. So for that reason, I'm not calling it a robbery or anything. I'm seeing a lot of people say like robbery, and I feel like because it was so close, it's always hard to call it a robbery. But I do understand where people are coming from in that, because the thing is, I agree. I felt Serrano won as well, and I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. The thing is, when I heard unanimous decision, I was thinking they're gonna say Serrano, so I was very surprised when I heard Taylor. And obviously, as I said, I don't agree with the judges' scorecards. I felt Serrano did enough. I felt that she won, but as I said, the judges are the ones that matter at the end of the day. But yeah, please let me know down below how you guys scored it. Do you agree with me? Do you agree that Serrano won, or do you feel that Taylor won? But ultimately, massive respect to both women. A great fight, and one that I really enjoyed watching. So yeah, that's going to do it for this podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Look out tomorrow as I'll be releasing my Billum Smith Ramirez reaction podcast. And if you haven't already seen it, please go check out my prediction for that fight, as of course that fight's tonight. Super excited for that one. But it's an exciting time in boxing, and it's an honor to be able to cover these fights for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Please comment down below how you scored it and who you felt won. Do you agree with me that Serrano won, or do you agree with the judges? Did Taylor win? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe and turn on all notifications for more podcasts regularly. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.